Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us today at the ISV Spotlight series. Today, we're going to be having Varis with us, who offers a procurement product that we feel will be great for Business Central. So, we will start off by introducing our two speakers today. We have William Llewellyn, who's the Director of Channel Partners, and we have Paul Layton, who is the Senior Solution Architect, and they will be doing the presentation today. So before we get going, a little bit of why us at Bamboo and we love this product so much is because it's an easy way to purchase products and with an integration to Business Central with no additional cost. So this product, you can get it up and running in 30 minutes. So there's no implementation. You don't have to take a long time to say, all right, let's schedule this for in a month or two from now. You can really, it'll get configured and you're ready to go. And then what we also like is that it keeps the financial control without having to be in the middle of the process. So we know you finance people, you want to make sure that you're controlling costs and that the process of what cash is coming in and out, you get to keep in touch with that. But have the people who are doing the purchasing, give them the control to do so. So without further ado, I would invite William to present his screen and take it from there to show you the product in real time. All right, thanks and enjoy the presentation.
Thanks, Tanya. It's really great to be here, and thanks for having us. And thanks to all of you who are able to join us this afternoon. As Tanya mentioned, my name is William Llewellyn. I head channel development, and I'm joined here with Paul, one of our senior solution architects. And we want to share with you a solution that we think has the potential to be fairly significant and a very quick time to value for a part of your business and facing challenges that are, that are real and every day and prevent your company from moving faster. So I want to share with you the business challenges we see in this space, let you know about who we are as a company, as well as what our solution is and does, and how it works. And then to kind of recap benefits. And here, right, we're talking about procurement. So there's a savings component that we think is very tangible we want to share with you. And then we'll keep going from there. So there are a few factors that really drive the market opportunity for us, and some of those are purely what's happening from a market perspective. So with the pandemic hangover of supply chain disruptions and the macroeconomic environment where we have rising inflation and sometimes declining revenues or other factors that are leading to reduced margins and profits, companies really have to think even more so carefully about planning for the products and supplies they need to run their business and also continue to grow it, right? So it's not about what products are in the market, but which are actually available. Where can I actually get them from? And then, of course, as always, right? How do I know that I'm getting a good deal, right? And that can be challenging for a number of reasons that we'll kind of talk about. And then also, especially in a tight economic environment, it's not about kind of cost savings. It's how do I create less friction in the system while also maintaining compliance and controls with the governance of my company, with what the board expects, and with the standards that we've set with our stakeholders. And companies are really looking to do this across all spending categories. And so when we look at that, right, what's the size of the problem? Do you know what you're spending on indirect procurement today? The reality is many companies don't, because it's really difficult to track. And we believe, based on our research, up to 30% of your revenue could be spent on indirect. We believe that probably the average is close to 18 to 20%, but nevertheless, that's a significant portion of your revenue that we think we can pretty easily optimize for you. And current solutions in the market are either software-based that are expensive, that have low adoption rates, or just don't work. So we talked to a number of customers who've invested in this. They've tried, and it's a lot of time and a lot of energy to really get no value out of that. On the other end, right, you just have manual processes that are time consuming, inefficient. And we think that that's where a lot of customers are. And as we're going to talk about, we think we can connect the dots for you there and bring something that will make a difference to your business in pretty quick time. So I'll use the scenario here of a new employee coming to work for your company. Right, so somebody is asked to order stuff for this new employee. So this kicks off a communication chain that is emails, IMs, chats, stickies, right? So a disaggregated stream of communications around who's coming on and what they need. And then what happens is someone has to source all of this. So someone goes to a store or use third-party or non-approved supplier sites and pays with a credit card that may or may not be approved. They possibly even fax an order or look through physical catalogs for things that they might need. So already this is inefficient. It's actually very difficult to compare across purchasing channels to understand, am I getting a good deal? And then, right, the reality is in most of these situations, no PO is created. So it's very difficult to track or understand until much later in the process, like what's happening. Maybe a receipt comes in and someone is trying to put it on an expense report, or an invoice comes back into accounts payable, and that team is trying to figure out where is this coming from and what do I do with it. So you have a lot of people involved trying to trace the spending and wasting precious time and probably money as well. And so this really actually drives employee dissatisfaction. It just seems like it should be easier. People feel like there has to be a better way. So you have cost savings are left on the table. You have risk of overspending budget, and you have unapproved purchasing likely happening in these scenarios. So we built a solution to really address these. So Varis for Business Central is a procure-to-pay solution that provides buyers with a modern, intuitive purchasing experience that a lot of our competitors don't, but also doesn't skimp on what is in for you for the organization's leadership. So providing cost savings, enhanced spend visibility, improved control, and better compliance. So the way our solution is used is it's accessed directly from within Business Central, and it also integrates with your existing workflows in BC to seamlessly manage the entire process digitally. Getting up and going is very fast. We'll talk some more about that during the demo. And there are no additional licensing fees for your users, so you can start saving in a matter of hours. Something that's different about us that when you hear the term marketplace is it's not just a place where you can buy. One of the added values is we're actually doing all of the supplier management. So we're bringing suppliers to the table. We've pre-negotiated contracts with business grade suppliers. So you can purchase everything from office supplies to break room supplies to maintenance, repair, and much more without having to worry about who the supplier is. So we have an entire team who's looking across categories, who's negotiating those relationships based on assortment, pricing, quality of customer support and care, and the ability to deliver on time and as expected. So that's another value add of our platform. For buyers, right, you're not going into a procurement solution, right? You're shopping just like you do in your everyday life. So really doesn't require any training. And then, right, for organizations, you're going to get a very quick return on investment. Right, so our product is the product that you download is a connector between Business Central and our platform. So there's no real implementation. It's really a download and a configuration, and in a matter of minutes, you can have your company up and going on our platform. So now that I've talked to you about it, I'd like to ask Paul to show you and demonstrate what this looks like in action. Paul?
Great. Thank you very much, William. So a couple of things that I'm going to reemphasize that William said. First off, this solution should be simple and intuitive. And so there's no websites to memorize, no addresses to put into your Chrome or Edge. We launch directly from inside of Business Central. We have links in the dashboard that your users will use to access the Varis marketplace, because it needs to be simple, it needs to be easy to access, and it needs to be intuitive. And we have found that if we're able to deliver that, then we get compliance in the shopping cycle. And what that means to a business owner is they get to control their expenditures before those expenditures actually occur. When we launched the Varis Marketplace right inside of Business Central, we access the marketplace. It's clean, it looks fresh, it's intuitive. It leads me right into the shopping experience. And we've got multiple shopping experiences that your users can utilize to get the things they need. Now, at the top of the page, I have some brands listed. So if I want to shop by brand, if I've got something in the Clorox line that I'd like to purchase for sanitation, I can launch that brand name, and I find the items that are available with the Clorox branded name, no matter who the supplier is, because we're not looking at suppliers. We're looking at breadth of product. We're looking at available products for organizations to use to purchase in their businesses. I can shop by major areas, so maintenance and repair, business technology, office supplies, or I can shop by subcategories. So I have consumer goods, children and educational goods, labor services, hotels and restaurants, office furniture, safety, PP&E, and the list goes on. What we're trying to do is to make it as simple for your employees to purchase the things that they need to work within your business, and do it so they get it done, because you're not paying them to shop, you're paying them to use the things that they purchase to run your business. A couple of other shopping methods that we use that we feel are quite successful. First is very intuitive. It is the search and select. So if I need to purchase a Surface laptop for use inside the business, I can just search for the word Surface laptop. I'm going to get a listing of laptops that are available within the product. If I'd like to compare a few of those so that I can make a final selection, I can put those into a comparison window and then go through and compare the sizes, the colors, the battery life, the other attributes that make the buying decision for me. And once I have gone through and successfully reviewed those shopping attributes, I can add the one to the cart that makes the most sense for me. And so just like any other e-commerce site you're used to, you search, you select, it adds to the shopping cart. Another very powerful method of shopping that we have available is called the shopping list. And a shopping list allows me to put together a pre-configured list of items that I'm going to purchase over and over again. For example, if I'm responsible for making sure there's coffee and cups and stir sticks and sugar and creamer and all those other things that you need for the break room, I don't want to have to shop for those every time we run low on them. I'd like to have that shopping done once and then repeat that shopping over and over again. And with our shopping list, it allows me to add the entire list of items for the break room into my cart at one time. And then I can modify and change things in the cart if I need to for this specific order. So for example, if I don't want this set of assorted K-cups this time, I can remove those from the list. Now I've got my list of items that I need for the break room, and in 30 or 40 seconds, my shopping's complete instead of taking another 10 or 15 minutes to go through and shop for every one of those things, go through the pages, make my selections, and then make my final choice. Additionally, if your business has repetitive shopping for, say, a supply closet where you keep a set listing of items and a set listing of quantities, or maybe you have a business that is project oriented and you have to stock a project trailer for every new job, we give you the capability of performing a quick order. And what a quick order does is it allows you to create a spreadsheet of the items that you need for that specific need or that specific shopping need. And then those items can be uploaded all at one time so that I have all of my items reviewed and looked for in the marketplace. And if I have a problem with an item, it's going to point that out for me and let me make a decision. So here I've got multiple SKUs that match this one item. And this looks like toilet paper for the project trailer. And so I have my choice of a 20 case pallet, a 16 case pallet, or maybe I just need a single 80 count box, which is the where I'm going to settle on for this specific list. And I'm going to choose that item. And now all these items have been selected and added to my cart at one time. So what could have taken me an hour is going to take me less than a minute to complete using this shopping quick shop process. Now, William did talk about the breadth of items that we have available here, and I'd like to emphasize that before we look at the checkout process. And I've done that emphasis just by going through and looking for some items that we have available in our marketplace. So here we have childcare and education items. So if you want crayons or magnets or jigsaw puzzles, we have that available. If you need Starbucks for your break room, we have lots of Starbucks selection and choices available here in our marketplace. If you need an LG refrigerator for your break room, you can come in, select it, order it, have it delivered right to your break room. If you need nuts and bolts for your machinery and equipment out on the shop floor, we have that available as well. And then if you need grease for those mechanisms that are out there on the manufacturing floor, we have that available as well. 1.6 million items and growing right now of various things that you need to run your business. The checkout process with Business Central allows me to send this shopping cart, now becoming a requisition, directly into Business Central. And what that gives me is control. I don't have an employee out there with my credit card purchasing something on a website and then bringing it back and giving me an expense report. At that point, it's too late to approve that item. I can make some corrections, maybe some training with my employee, but I can't control the expense at that point. In this case, when we deliver this requisition to Business Central, I have the option to approve or reject this specific purchase before it ever hits the credit card. We have the capability of maintaining multiple locations in Business Central. Those locations can be selected here for delivery so that an employee can't just add a site to the shopping cart and have something delivered to their house. Finally, the P card that we have here is going to be on file, so I don't have to give this P card to this person individually. I can load it up under their user one time, and then it becomes available by default every time that they come in and use the site. And once again, when I submit this request, nothing happens. There's no orders created. There are no purchase orders created. There's no charges against the credit card. There's not even authorization against the credit card. until Business Central is used to approve this request. And then finally, in Business Central, as an approval user, I'm going to be receiving information. That information is going to come in the form of communication. So I'm going to get emails about requests that have been created. These emails will alert me that this request is out there to approve. And then I will be able to log into Business Central, find the request that requires approval, and then open it, review it right here in Business Central, and approve or reject that based on the merits of that request. And with that, that wraps up the shopping process. After that request is approved, the purchase orders are created automatically in the background. Copies of those purchase orders come into Business Central, and copies of those purchase orders are automatically EDI'd out to those suppliers. So we take care of everything from the shopping all the way through the integration. With that, William, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. So in recap, right, we believe we're bringing together the best of two worlds, one of which is a way to make it super easy for your employees to buy the things they need to run their team, their department, and your business without sacrificing procurement controls and compliance that you need to, to be a good steward of the financial resources of your company. So as I mentioned, this is easy to set up. Our application sits in AppSource. It's downloaded. It uses the wizard-based experience to kind of connect your Business Central to Varis and to set up your company and users. Quickly, you can save time and money. So we've done all the pricing and assortment negotiation and with industry-leading providers. So all you have to do is buy what you need and then let us handle all of the back-end component. And again, it's going to be very easy. Paul did a great job of demonstrating the multiple ways of searching, of comparing products, of multiple ways to quickly build out repetitive shopping lists or scenarios where you can really add speed to standard purchasing processes, and the ability to